Bit of a different one today. We're going to do some brakes. So I'll show you some bits and bobs while I remember to record. So let's get into it. So I've already took the wheel off, or the wheels, and these are the ginormous brakes. They are huge. So I've got new pads and we've got a new fitting kit. So these plates here hold the pads in properly, and wow, these are dead. I've just took this bolt out, started taking this other bolt out. So let's just take that out and I'll show you how bad these are. Right, so that's all that holds them in. Two little 10mm nuts and a bit more of the things that hold the pads in have fell apart, but look at the state of that. Try and get one of the new ones out whilst holding this camera. Come on, do a bit of comparison on these. So that's the old one, that's the new one. I think there may be a little bit of that missing, as you can see. And someone who actually does this for a living told me that I'd never have to replace these. And I think he's a bit wrong. So they're only, I think they're about 12 quid a set. Definitely worth getting. You also get brand new bolts in the pack, and you also get some lovely grease, which is going to go on. So let's get these pads out. These are the wear sensors. You are supposed to change them as well, but these don't actually look that bad. I say this, but let's see if they come out in one piece. So let's get them out. So pop the pad wearing sensors out. They come out quite easy. They're not in the best of condition, so I'm gonna have to order a pair and get a pair of them in. So I've already changed the handbrake, I don't know what you want to call these, cylinders. So I've put new ones on. Just got a bolt to put in at the bottom. But this is the handbrake, this lever here. So before you try and get these pads out, you need to take your handbrake off, take the split pin out the bottom of this bit here, knock this pin out, and then that'll release your handbrake. Because you have to reset your handbrake once you put new pads in. But I'll show you how to do that. So let's get this handbrake off, take that pin out, get them pads out. So we've took the air handbrake off. So this pin we'll just pull straight out, and that's the little hole where your split pin goes to stop that from falling out. So we've got that out now. So now the handbrake arm is loose. If you, I'm not gonna be able to do this with one hand, I don't think. But there you go, look, that's loose. So now the handbrake is totally off, because we're gonna have to twist this to extend it or shorten it, depending on where it needs to be for the new pads that are going in. So I'm gonna rip them old pads out and get the new ones in. So the old pads in this, they're pretty stiff, but they will come out eventually. I just pry them out whatever you can get hold of them. I'm not faffing about and taking the whole caliper off. And so the old pads are out. Well, one of them is anyway. They don't look bad. I mean, they're not brilliant. There's plenty of meat left on them. But in the bin they go. So we'll whip the other one out, clean it all up. Don't forget to take the top of your brake fluid reservoirs off, because we need to push these pistons right back in. let's crack on with that. So we've got the new pads in. The bottom piston here has got an 8mm Allen key in the middle of it, which you need to wind in. There's no way you're going to get that piston back in without winding it in, and that's the way you do it. You wind it in, so it's an 8mm Allen key. The Allen key don't fit properly, so when I can find it, I chop one down, and it worked spot on. So I just chopped the end of it down, and it fitted right in there. So they're in now. Just got to tighten everything back up. The top piston, it just pushes back in. Just make sure you've got your reservoir caps off when you push that in. So I'm going to get that all tightened back up now, get the wear sensors back in and get the wheels on. So I've got it all back together. Everything's back up, back tight, brakes are working, handbrake's working, spot on. It was a bit more of a pain in the ass than I thought it was going to be. So if anyone's going to try it and you ain't done any brakes before, don't attempt it. Both slider pins on the caliper were both seized. I had to strip it fully down, clean them both up, grease them both, and then put it all back together. So I skipped a lot of the video out as usual, and that was down to it being a pain in the ass. So it took me 4 hours to do one caliper. Still got the front two to do and one more rear to do, and then the front ones I've already had apart, so they're going to be easy and simple. So I'll do a video on the front ones. I'll do a more in-depth video on the front ones, and the one on the rear on the other one, I'm not going to bother recording that. I'm just going to smash that out, get that done. But yeah, I'll do a full video on the front ones. The front ones are similar to the back, but they ain't got the air handbrake, so they're slightly easier. But yeah, we'll do a video on that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.